I'm gonna import the material package first. The next thing I'm gonna do is create a class called CounterViewModel, and with the aid of mixins and their keyword with, I'm gonna mix CounterViewModel in with another class called ChangeNotifier. I'm gonna create a private counter variable now with the initial value of 0. And then I am going to create a getter method and pass the private counter variable. Getter methods are used to retrieve a particular class field and save it in a variable. Now it's time to create a function which will increase the value of the counter when called. So let's write counter ++. We also need to make sure all the listeners are notified about the new value of the counter, and that's why we are going to call notify listeners. Listeners are the widgets which have subscribed to the state of the counter variable. Let's go ahead and open the view file now, where we are going to use the counter variable. So, we're gonna start by moving the entire widget over here and returning the ChangeNotifier Provider widget, which is from the provider package. Let's mention its type, which is CounterViewModel. I also want to create a function here, and in the statement, I am going to call CounterViewModel. In the child property, I'm gonna call a consumer widget and set its type as CounterViewModel. It's gonna have a builder, and in the parameter, we need to put 3 variables. That is context, model, and child. Now that we're done over here, let's move the code back to its place. At this point, we have to show the current value of the counter variable. Using the model, we are able to tap into the provider variable. So let's type model.count. Also, let's not forget to convert the count to string, as the text widget accepts only the string value. Finally, the value of the counter needs to increase when the floating action button is pressed. So, in order to make it possible, let's go to the onPressed function, write model dot, and call the increment function. And that's it. Let's run the app now. Let's wait a second. And as you can see, it works. And we can update the state easily just by clicking on the button.